Hello, good evening, my dear friends and parents. Welcome to another episode of Web Talk Show by Purva. I'm your host, Purva Kakre, the founder and director of Teachers and Training Networking Community. I'm the founder of Indian Women Networking also. So today, this is our 27th episode of our Web Talk Show. So let me tell you more about myself. I'm Purva Kakre, the founder and director of Teachers Training Networking Community. I'm a skill educator, an entrepreneur, and an event organizer. So, what is this Web Talk Show? Web Talk Show is a platform where we call speakers from all walks of life, where they share their experiences, their professional advices, their inspiring stories, and social activities, and many more things are being shared over here. So, if you wish to be a part of this Web Talk Show, so do connect with us, and we will connect you to your audience. So, let's begin our show. Today, we are talking about how to do a perfect signature, how to sign a perfect signature. So, today we have with us Sweetie Jain. She is an signature analysis and a Vedic maths teacher. So, she has been working for a long time on Vedic maths and signature analysis. So, she's an expert in signature analysis. Hi. Hi,
Hello,
sweetie.
hi
How are
Purva.
you?
All great, Purva. Thanks for this lovely introduction. Good to see your achievements and growing. And this is 27th web workshop. That's really nice.
Yeah, thank you, sweetie. So today we are here to talk about how to sign your perfect signature,
Perfect
right?
signature, right?
So what
Actually,
is
I'll
the
tell you
important?
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
sorry.
was there's nothing like perfect in this world, ना? क्या हम perfect हो सकते हैं? So, the best thing I'll tell, first thing, an introduction to graphology. The basic term sometimes, that people confuse with, यार handwriting analyst होता है, signature analyst भी होता है, उसके बाद ये graphologist क्या होता है? And when you come with a graphologist terms like, ये क्या है? So I'll just brief about this. See, graphology क्या है? एक साइंस है. जैसे हम भी बोलते हैं, कोई भी एक साइंस होता है. Like I take a school science, okay? And then you have physics, you have chemistry, you have biology, and you have zoology, right? So there are different
Mhm.
aspects in that. Same is with as a graphology. It's a science of your graph, the graph of your brain. आप क्या सोचते हो, आप क्या फील कर रहे हो, दैट्स ऑन अ पेपर. जब आप एक पेपर पे लिखते हो ना, तो आप क्या हो, दैट इवेंचुअली कम्स ऑन अ पेपर. ऑल योर एट टाइम्स योर फीलिंग्स आर इवन ऑन योर पेपर. You are sad, your writing changes. You are happy, your the writing speaks. It's something like that. When you're demotivated and depression, the baseline shows that. So every aspect of you can be on a handwriting. So
So
basically, when you
basically,
start
you can know a person through his handwriting.
10% without doubt, 100% उसका brain का graph हम आराम से पढ़ सकते हैं. And best is like what is his feeling at that point of time, because अब handwriting is like something that changes day to day, and as all people say, यार पहले मेरी writing ऐसी थी, अब ऐसी है. So basically, handwriting is your private gesture. आप privately कैसे हो, how you're feeling within yourself, what you want, what you're thinking, how is your motivation in life, anything is on a paper is your handwriting. And that is the first reason why handwriting changes all the time, because that is your private representations. You learn, you grow with the passage of time. छोटे होते हैं तब सीखने के मोड पे होते हैं. जब एक 9-10 वाली स्टेज होती है तो आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के पढ़ने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. एंड देन इट्स अ कॉलेज एंड यूर मोटिवेटेड. आफ्टर 12 देयर इज प्रेशर ऑफ द करियर. So you learn through this process, and that's the only reason your writing changes. Because it's the first question people come, यार हमारी writing कभी एक जैसी नहीं होती. तो वो कभी नहीं होगी क्योंकि आप कभी एक जैसे नहीं हो. So that's the
Exactly.
first
So
aspect. Yeah.
that's true. So if you want to know a person, you should just check his handwriting.
10% everything.
So my first question goes to you is what is the importance of our signature?
Okay, ये हो गई. Handwriting is something very private. You yourself, how you are. Okay, now tell me, do you sign for yourself anytime? Where do you sign? You sign on a check. वो किसके लिए होता है? बैंक के लिए होता है. कुरियर वाला आता है, उसको हम साइन करके देते हैं. वो भी हम खुद के लिए नहीं करते. It's like, yes, I have received the parcel. This is the authentication. I have received the parcel. So this is something you do for the public and not for yourself. Okay, signature का importance इसके लिए होता है. Your representation to the public, how you want people to see you. So that is that aspect which you throw out to public. So this is not your private self. It's your public image, what you create through your signature. So that's where the second steps come. After handwriting, it's your signature. When you do these two courses, you term yourself as handwriting and signature analyst. Okay. उसके बाद एक प्रोसेस आता है, एक ड्राइंग का होता है, दैट आर मेटाफोर एनालिसिस, ड्राइंग एंड डूडलिंग एंड ऑल. जिससे क्या होता है, वो बच्चों के लिए स्पेसिफिक होता है जो जस्ट ऑन द ग्रोइंग स्टेज, दे आर जस्ट राइटिंग. सो वी डोंट जज देम कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है. So just through their drawings, we just understand some aspects of them. And when you do all these courses and are combined, you term yourself as a graphologist. अब डिफरेंस क्यों है दोनों में? अ वेरी रिपीटेटिव क्वेश्चन, मैम हैंडराइटिंग क्या इंपॉर्टेंस की और सिग्नेचर का इंपॉर्टेंस क्यों है? हम लिखते तो है नहीं, तो क्या करें? सो आई ऑलवेज सजेस्ट एडल्ट्स, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू योर टीन्स एजेस, उसी समय अपनी सिग्नेचर डिजाइन कर लो. What happens? What you
This is the first important point. Yeah.
Yes. So I generally I deal with children's handwriting improvement courses. So I designed the signature initially कि ऐसा कर लो, because I know the traits of their personality. I know what they feel about themselves, the motivation they have, what they lack, the confidence part. So a signature designing helps at that time. And when an adult, you already have your signature. तो हम लोग पूछते अब क्या करें, फिर अब चेंज करेंगे तो अगेन बैंक प्रॉब्लम, देयर आर डॉक्यूमेंट्स प्रॉब्लम. आई सेड डोंट डू एनीथिंग. Simply get your signature analyzed, and I do numerology. So I just consult as a numerographo consultant. So I look at many aspects, combine into a thing, suggest the changes. Only aspect is I just tell you to practice for maximum 28 days. Feel the changes in yourself, get the feeling, are you having a personality change, or that signature is positive, providing you with some incentives or anything, and then we can officially change it just an everyday bit. And if you don't want to change, it's okay, because you're writing every day that signature more than any bank document.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's important. Like they should practice this for 28 days, correct?
Yeah. See, it's psychological proven, and when you go to some pandit and all, वो भी कहते हैं 21 दिन करोगे तो फल मिलेगा. So you have to believe in it. You have to, put your hard work into it. It's just nothing कि हो गया और मिल गया. It's not a jadoo. It's a science. You have to, trigger your brain for that motivation.
Okay, that's cool. Like two things which I have learned is like they should start their signature from the teenage where they are like fixed up. They can start their signature practice, and
Yes,
then they can continue. And the people who have done their signature, who they have fixed, they can just make the changes and repeat it for
Yes.
28.
Yes,
So
because
what should
adults का एक ही complaint.
Yeah,
See,
sorry.
adults का complaint एक ही होता है, we don't write much. So I work on their signature, and that's very easy to work. They love doing their signature, when we make them understand the importance, the pros and cons in their signature, so they are motivated. And for children, basically, it's more of their handwriting they're practicing. So we give them graphotherapy. That's an alphabet corrections. Some problem, like you're quite aggressive. So I know there's a problem with the P and Q letters. So we make them practice those letters. And nowadays we have an airbrushing technique, It's like we write in the air. So this neuron patterns which are formed in the brain helps you to get that improvement in your handwriting. And once it's a steady science or psychological proven, once you practice any day for 21 days, it becomes your habit. So you just you need to trigger for the 21 days. That's the important thing in that.
Okay. So my next question goes to you is what is the size of the signature? A size of a signature it should be like.
Okay.
Can you
see now this
something?
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you signature first thing. Okay, just a sec. There's some. Yeah. So sorry. Okay. First, I'll work on the size of the writing. See now, what does the size of the writing speaks? If you have a large writing, bada bada hum likhte hain na. Some children they have, or some people you can usually visualize this is a quite a big signature. Second, it could be the medium size. What you have the red and blue line, the 4-liner books we use initially at the starting of the school days. So that's a medium font. And if you write smaller than that, it's a small writing. So now I have to compare the signature to my handwriting. First aspect, I have to compare my signature to the handwriting. Okay, now I'll just show you a sample. See this. If it's visible. Okay. This is the size of my writing, and see at my signature. Is my signature visible to you directly?
Yep.
Yeah. So any document when I look at, or any sample I look at, my first vision should be यार मुझे signature दिखना चाहिए उसके compare में. So the size of the signature has to be at least 20% 20% larger than the size of the handwriting. This is a very important aspect. कि कभी भी अगर मैं आपका writing और signature, if I look at together at one point of time, I should have a vision on your signature first. So उतना enlargement जरूरी है. I'll not say go for very big. That shows a lot of high pride, egoism, and everything. It's an increment as compared to the size of the handwriting. Very, very important aspect and the major aspect. It should never be smaller than the size of your handwriting. Never. A complete no.
Okay. Can you explain about the middle name and the surname in the signature if I
Yes.
want to include, like, help you out because the teenagers,
Yeah.
parents are looking at program or they're watching program, so they can just implement this in their kid's signature.
This is one of the most loveliest question you asked me. I really explain this to all, even if I have some free demos on the signature, I always, focus on this aspect. क्योंकि क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है, कोई बोलता है मैं सिर्फ नाम लिखता हूँ, कोई बोलता है यार मैं मेरे नाम और सरनेम लिखता हूँ. Someone is adding their husband's initiative, sometimes their father's initial is there. So there's a lot of confusion. What should your perfect signature be? See, but the first thing I'll show you, your signature is your mindset. Like in my previous day, I used to just sign my name, sweetie. So क्या expect आता है? When you just write, tell your name. It's like I'm independent. I like to work on my own way. So it's your presentation you want. I don't like anyone's interference in my work. So क्या होता है ना? Sometimes we design signature according to your expect and your work areas. Sometimes it's important. You cannot have everyone, motivations on you, every botherations on you. So there's a specific way to design. But I'll clear on the aspects of the name, the middle name, and the surname. What does it mean? Okay. So simply I have signed this name. Okay. Suppose it's Sweetie Levish Kothari. Now, what is Sweetie representing over here? My first name. First name is V. I am a brand. So I am a brand. I'm clearly telling I have my own self-importance. I love to work for my husband's name also, my father's name also, my family. But my importance is always there. I'll take care of everybody, but my importance is also my priority. It indicates that. Now the middle name, someone write L, कोई पूरा नाम लिखता है. तो वो कैसे होता है ना? It's just a liking. Sometime when you sign your dad's name, it's like you just like to be like him. आपने कभी उनको देखा है and you just take him as an idol and you start inculcating his name in your surname and in your signature. The reason you feel I want to be like him. And sometimes what happens when you're randomly using your dad's name, you start admiring your husband also. Because कहीं ना कहीं आप वो लड़के को ही पसंद करते हो जिसमें आपकी डैड की क्वालिटीज होती है. It's a, एक वो होता है कि जो बच्चे डैड के लाडले होते हैं ना, उनको हस्बैंड में भी वैसी क्वालिटी like him, वो एक कंपैरिजन वाला आता है. So when you put your husband initials, that time you take the responsibility of your husband's family. You are likely to work for him also. कैसे होता है उनकी छोटी-छोटी responsibilities आपको लेना चाहिए. When he's not there, when he's present. So you try to inculcate and take his responsibilities. So there it is more connected to your husband. Now comes to my surname. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to ask you. I've seen few signatures. My teachers, mainly parents, so they put their name. They say SPK. Like they're sign with SPK. So they are signing, but they have what they are using is father name, their husband's name, whose name I don't know. Like,
See, I tell you, this is something, signatures are related to professions. Teachers क्या होती है ना, दिन में इतना साइन करना रहता है. So you'll always say they look short form में एक circle बना दिया या SPK. That is the only reason. That is not their original signature. That is not. It's just like they're giving an see, मैंने कहा ना, हम जब कोई चीज पे रोज ऑथेंटिकेशन देना हो ना कहीं हम उसे शॉर्ट कर देते हैं.
Okay.
But jahan pe completely it is on your documents, you'll write. See, I'll tell you, just see the sign of Narendra Modi, Amitabh Bachchan. Why do they write their whole name? वो कहते हैं ना, जितना बड़ा नाम उतना बड़ा काम. ये एक कहावत है. So write in your signature as full. It gives you positivity and gives you support. So as I said, Kothari. Now Kothari का K जो है, my first initial, that is related to my mom-in-law and my children. So एक बाइंडिंग, एक रिलेशनशिप उनके साथ, तो वो इनिशियल में कितना अच्छे से लिख रही हूँ. सी समटाइम्स आई माइट राइट इट स्मॉल, समटाइम्स परफेक्टली रिटन, समटाइम्स उसके अंदर कोई क्लॉ आ जाता है, तो मुझे उनके साथ अपना रिलेशन पता चलता है. एंड द लेटर हाफ OTHARI, द लेटर हाफ ऑफ माय सरनेम इज माय करियर. सो एवरीथिंग, एज आई सेड, जितना बड़ा नाम उतना बड़ा काम. सो स्वीटी इज मी, Levish, if I write, is my husband or a dad before and after marriage. If I take my surname, it's my relationship with my mom or my mother-in-law or my kids. And ORI gives my career. So all aspects are there in a signature. Now it's your mindset. What do you need from your signature? क्या आपको अपनी husband की responsibilities लेनी है or you don't want to take it? It's all upon you. You want to be like your dad, add your dad's name. You know, so this is a psychological thing that moves into a signature.
Nowadays, sweetie, I just want to just some point of view. I've seen the like ladies or women, they put their father initial, matlab like surname of their mother's ka and in-laws surname also.
In-laws, yeah.
So how do you signify या you justify for that?
See, generally क्या होता है ना, इसमें दो एक्सपेक्ट है. अगर हम जैसे करते हैं ना, like we local young middle class people, जब अगर हम ये करते तो क्या होता है, दो घर की responsibilities आती है. I am more attached to my family and I'm adding that name to my signature and the in-laws. Two family responsibilities and emotional problems. क्या होता है ना, वहाँ काम होता है तो यहाँ प्रॉब्लम है, यहाँ काम होता है तो वहाँ जाना है. So you will be always emotionally disbalanced. How to balance between the two? But see, emotional problem तो हमेशा होना है, वो कोई भी हो, like it's a middle class or somewhere. Because I can signify this due to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Kareena Kapoor Khan. Exactly. So sometimes it's a legacy also you derive from them. So it's a two aspects, responsibility come legacy. Now you have to decide मुझे क्या मिल रहा है and accordingly have it with you. See, because I know when you are into a middle class, you won't derive legacies, you derive responsibilities. So that's the reason, you know, some people who are working and taking care of their family since their childhood, they are alone daughters, taking care of the family, उनकी income पे घर चलता है. So they have that imbibe with, they sign it along with their in-laws surname. Because yet they have the tendency, I should take the responsibility of my parents. So that is the vibe that is connected. So two family attached, two responsibilities, emotional problems होना और कहीं ना कहीं legacy. These are the aspects that are attached to this, you know, double signatures or double surnames in one signature.
My last question goes to you. Is like we are running out of time. So it's like important aspects in a signature. Can you just brief us with some?
Yes, yes. Super. I'll always say कि छोटे-छोटे tips हमेशा बहुत काम आ जाते हैं. So this is one. As we talked about the size, okay? Your size of the signature in compared to your handwriting has also always to be 20% bigger. बड़ा होना compulsory. Secondly, add your name, a complete name. जैसे आपने कहा ना एसपी के पता नहीं चलता कौन किस पे है, तो हमें हमेशा कंफ्यूजन रहेगा मुझे लाइफ में किससे क्या मिल रहा है. So sign in your name. Look at all the big, you know, personalities. They will always sign in their name because your name is you. You are the brand. Second importance, your name. Third importance, start with a capital letter. जैसे अगर आपने स्वीटी भी देखा है, तो ये S बड़ा होना चाहिए. Don't, you know, someone has the like एक ही running way में आपने पूरा size same लिया. No. Always have this capital and the rest has to be smaller. So this is one more important aspect. See, I have a tendency to draw this line. This one line. If you all can see, I'll just show you. Draw with a sketch pen. Yeah. See this black line. But this has to go from down to up. It is a slanting line. आपके signature के नीचे. Just check. Don't cut any of your letters of your signature. Very wrong. Important aspects. Don't cut any alphabet in your signature. उसकी positivity कम होती है. Slant line क्यों important है? Because it gives you a motivation. You know, sometimes क्या होता है हम कुछ काम अकेले कर रहे हैं, तो क्या होता है कहीं ना कहीं से हमें थोड़ा सा सपोर्ट मिल जाता है. When you feel low, you will get a support. अचानक से वो पॉप अप आ ही जाता है and you always move ahead in life. And the lastly and the most important thing, have your signature upward. कभी भी नीचे नहीं जाना चाहिए. Upward means you are motivated, right? Yeah. So these are some basic aspects जो signature में compulsory होना चाहिए. First thing is the size. It should go upward. Have a line down. Write your full name. आगे आपको add करना है नहीं करना है, that is all your personal. But your name has to be there. Initial, first capital. Lastly, I would correct on clarity of your signature. Clarity, the reason is जितना clear नाम उतने clear काम. आपका public representation, private representation clear होगा. People will think exactly what you are. नहीं तो कई बार वो होता है ना हम क्या है और लोग हमारे बारे में क्या सोचते हैं. वो problems आना ये signature की वजह से होता है.
So I just want to ask you a simple thing where you given the tip, like the important tips which you give. So if they are writing the initials, like suppose I am Pooba, right? So I write
Hmm.
P and then my husband's initial and the surname. So
Hmm.
does it represent some kind of a thing, or it's like okay?
रिप्रेजेंटेशन योर वैल्यूएशन फॉर योर फैमिली इज मोर देन यू कहते हैं ना कोई काम में अगर ये इंपॉर्टेंस है कि फैमिली और आपका दोनों का काम है तो यू विल ऑलवेज थिंक नहीं फैमिली का पहले करती हूँ मैं अपना एडजस्ट कर लेती हूँ सो दैट मेंटालिटी कम्स इन योर फैमिली गोल्स विल बी मोर हायर देन योर पर्सनल गोल्स सो दिस आई वोंट सजेस्ट जब कोई अपना बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर रहा है उसमें क्या होगा बिजनेस स्टार्ट करने में उसके लिए फैमिली वैल्यूएशंस अगर प्रॉब्लम्स बहुत ज्यादा है और अगर वो कनेक्टेड सिग्नेचर है तो वो उलझा रहेगा फैमिली में वो ग्रो नहीं कर पाएगा सो दैट टाइम आई वुड सजेस्ट यस go for your full name and your signature. At one point of time, you derive satisfaction from your work, you're stable. So P and your surname. It's okay because now you have settled with your work and everything, and you are trying to balance. एक टाइम के बाद एक मेच्योरिटी भी आता जाती है हैंडल कैसे करना है चीजों को सो दैट टाइम गिविंग अ वैल्यूएशन see and when we females now initially when we start working we are with the progress to think for ourselves but एक time के बाद we are content and we feel happy कि नहीं अब family valuations देने चाहिए so that is that inner expect that come out of us and we sign with P and your complete surname so family valuation is that inner thing that always comes out so that's the thing nothing else.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So today's session was superb. I think so. Most of our viewers must have noted the important tricks and tips you have told them. Now
Yeah.
that we have come to the end of this session, I would love to give a warm thanks to Sweetie for sharing such an informative knowledge about signature. Thank you for coming over here. Thank you for
Thanks,
your
Purva, for
time.
inviting. It was I just love to say, this it's a small thing that helps people. छोटी छोटी बातें भी कई बार किसी की लाइफ में बहुत impact है. That's my motto to help out people, and that's the only way I could. And thanks for inviting on this lovely platform and giving me a chance to share my knowledge with you all.
Thank you, Sweetie, for
Thanks,
coming
thanks a
over
lot.
here.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much. Thank you, Purva. Thank you.